Yeah, and from here it sets up a story of Lance Henriksen, who is the owner of this Atlanta, Georgia basketball team, and he's very wealthy, and nobody knows where his money comes from, and he says it comes from God.
The one below.
Yeah, and then we learned from the vision that there is going to be a young girl who is going to bring about some sort of storm for the world. And we see that Lance Henriksen has like an 8-year-old daughter who was at this basketball game, and she uses like telekinetic powers to basically ensure that her dad's team wins the game, and she blows up the fucking basketball as the opposing team is about to get a dunk at the end, and everyone's cool with that. They're just like, yeah, he had a sure thing dunk, but the basketball exploded.
So rules are rules. Yeah. Those are the NBA rules, standard rules right there.
Yeah. And we're not even done here. So it goes to this basketball game, and then Lance Henriksen, after the basketball game, goes to a corporate boardroom meeting.
This is where it gets very strange. Confirmed.
And he is meeting with a satanic cult who is planning to use his new wife as a sort of vessel, sort of Rosemary's Baby style, for like this satanic spirit. I guess they called it. What do they call it? Zatan. It's Satan with a Z. Literally, that's how they basically spell it.
Yeah. And I love too how they don't set it up like you don't know right away until the conversation just gets further and further. So it starts off with like maybe Lance is kind of
you think he's just a businessman.
Yeah, and he's getting in shit because he's not doing his job correctly. You know, he's losing stocks. I don't fucking know. And then they start implying that they're just like, so you haven't impregnated her yet, huh? And he's just like I'm like, this isn't standard business meeting stuff right here. and then
they're basically like, dog, why haven't you raped your wife yet?
Yeah, he's like, we need that baby.
Or actually, it's his girlfriend. They're not even because he suggests at one point that they're going to get married to each other to try to speed up the process for having a baby. Yeah, because she doesn't really want to get married. She doesn't really want to have a baby. She's just like this guy's girlfriend, and she likes being his girlfriend, and she's very sweet. She
mentions, I think, being divorced like 7 years ago and just doesn't want to go through the whole thing again.
Yes. So they picked really poorly for their vessel for their Satan baby.
Yeah, for real. Did they mention that she's needed specifically? Is it Barbara specifically, that needed to be the one? Because you're right, it is kind of a poor choice. I'm sure there'd be like there's someone Lance could find that would like be willing to get married and have a baby. But
so then the little girl very creepily keeps hinting to Barbara that, you know, I want a brother, and the rest of the movie becomes like a series of kind of like creepy child telepath set pieces, sort of like The Omen. You've seen The Omen, right?
Yeah.
Where like the little kid is like, people are investigating the kid. They think he's the Satan kid, but he's like basically killing them off. To
be honest, I've seen only the remake, so I still need to watch the original, which I'm sure is much better.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But I do I loved the first initial scene I think we get with Katie, besides the NBA thing, she like pops out.
By the way, basketball is never brought up again in this film.
Yeah, after that. and what's great, that's what I thought, that this was gonna have like some weird focus on basketball in some way, because just the way that he shoots that scene is so like loving of the game. It seems like there's a lot of great angles and all that. So anyway. But the way that Katie comes out to her mother in like the first scene, where she's just like, "Did I scare you? Good, you deserved it." That kind of thing. You're like, all right, well, this is definitely setting up that Katie has
the girl
some
is
issues.
weird, man. The only thing we know about her is that she blows shit up with her mind. She likes to fuck with people, and she likes
Especially
to
her
like swear
mother.
at people and call people pervs. Like when she has that first conversation with Glenn Ford, where he's like a cop who's like asking her serious questions about like a case where her mom is paralyzed, and she's just like, "What are you, a pedophile?"
Yeah, and then she says to like shove something right up his ass or something too.
Yeah.
Like, this girl's got like some fire.
Yeah, it honestly, that's the part that reminded me the most of The Exorcist, was that the girl was just like really like
vulgar.
Misbehaving.
Yeah.
For sure. And also, again, we're still in the opening 15 minutes when we get to the scene where they have a birthday party for Katie, and they give her a pet bird in a box, which is kind of just weird, like as is.
Yeah.
But then there's a handgun in the box with the bird, and she picks up the handgun and she's like, "Look, mommy," and throws the handgun at her, which goes off and hits her spine, and she's paralyzed. She's not even mad about it. The mom is kind of like cool with it.
Yeah, it's a simple accident. Sometimes you get a gun for your 9-year-old.
You throw it at your mom, and it paralyzes her.
And it shoots your mother. I mean, accidents happen, honey. This is America. Yeah, like that shit was unbelievable. And just her like excitement of it, like to find the gun. It wasn't one of those things where it's like, "Mommy, look what I have. Like, what? Why is this? Why would somebody give me this?" And she's like stoked that she just got a weapon.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. It was a moment where I just started, like, I was very intrigued. I was already like kind of into it because it's just such a strange first 15 minutes. But when you have a 9-year-old just plop a gun down and it